Hello, my name is Dale Wilknight. I live in Mountain Village, Colorado. If you want to find anything about me, go to MySpace where I have a page. This here is a concept to help the children of convicted felons uh, stay out of poverty while their father or mother or both parents are in prison, or from going further down into poverty. The concept is really simple. The problem has always been is that these left-wing liberals, human rights activists, don't want things like this or about what I'm about to pitch. But what happens is the children of these convicted felons, because of their opposition to what I'm about to pitch here, end up in poverty or go further down into poverty or end up in prison themselves. And unfortunately, we don't have a Congress or a president, and haven't had for a while, that has any backbone to take these people on and do the right thing. But simply put, if you want to stop some of the poverty here in America, it must our government and our states. I'd rather have each state decide this for themselves, not the federal government. But let's just say each state should have the opportunity to have and require, or maybe not require, but offer the opportunity for convicted felons, people in prison, to work while they're in there. Especially those who have families, and especially those who have children that are under the age of 18. At least under the age of 18. Because if they're not allowed to work, make money while in prison, their families are the ones that may end up suffering. You know, sometimes let's say the husband's in prison. Well, the wife may work, but that may not be enough. Not in today's world. So the husband should be allowed to work a regular 40-hour job, 40-hour-a-week job, to make money, making something for some company, primarily American company, to which he gets paid, and that money is sent to his family so they can pay their bills. So maybe they can put some clothes on his children's backs, so he can put some food on the table, so that they don't have to go to school, in rags or hungry. You see, we're in America, we neglect the children of convicted felons, or people just serving time in prison. We completely ignore them and neglect them, and we say that if your parents are of a criminal nature, in other words, they've been arrested and convicted and sent to prison, screw you. You're gonna suffer too. They're suffering, and we're gonna make you suffer as well. Well, that's un-American, that's undemocratic, and that's evil. And that's what many of the human rights and the liberals in America are doing to the children of convicted felons. They're condemning them and damning them to a life of poverty, or damning them into a further life of poverty, and end up becoming criminals on themselves. If I get arrested, if I have a family, I'm married, have children, or just have children, which of course I don't, and I go to prison for no matter what crime it is, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop loving my wife or my children. It doesn't mean I don't want to still provide for them. I may have made a mistake, but why should they suffer for my mistake? Why should they go hungry or have less to get by on, or be humiliated because they don't have the money to buy anything anymore? I should have the right to work, to continue to support my family in the best way that I know how, at least to give them some hope, at least to put some more food on the table, clothes on their backs, maybe to pay the mortgage, the bills, whatever. They shouldn't suffer for my mistake, for my error, for my evil. You see where I'm coming from? And that's what the liberals, that's what the human rights organizations in America are doing. That's what the Democrats in Congress are doing, and the Republicans who have an opportunity, a long opportunity to change this, didn't do so. But I will say again, I still think this should be a state-by-state issue. And of course, if you employ people inside the prison system to work to where they can support their families, again, it may be a debate on whether it should be of a free will. To me, it should be of their own free will. It should be by an American company, one that doesn't take jobs from the private sector, from people on the outside. There are ways it can be done, and that money should go directly to the family. Maybe the husband or the wife or whoever's in prison might be able to keep 5% of it, 10% of it, so they can have a few things while they're in prison. But the point of it is, this is an anti-poverty concept. This here will fight some of the poverty here in America. And maybe the rest of the world will pick up on it. Maybe we can fight some poverty there. But if you say you are for human rights, you are for the poor and those who live in poverty, and yet you reject things like this, well, then you're part of the problem, and you're a liar. I'm trying to say is that the children of these convicted felons should not pay the price and also be condemned with their father, their mother, or the parents, or whoever, because of it, because of their crime. That's all I'm saying. And that's what we're doing. This does not need to be. Email, write, call your congressional representative. Talk to the media, your local media, and see if they'll do a story on this and take a look at it. And maybe one day we can make this a reality. Again, I don't want these jobs to take away from jobs on the outside. That may not always be possible to do that. And we don't want companies running in there and paying these men and women in prison, slave wages. That's not the idea. The idea is to help them keep their families from entering into a life of poverty or going down or falling deeper into a state of poverty. That's what it's all about. And this is a humane concept. It is an anti-poverty concept, and it's one that should have been part of our system for a long time to come. So you want to help children in poverty, this is one way you can do it. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope you will you'll contact your local representatives and see if this can be made a reality, all the way up to your governor.